And welcome to Live and Local here on Swindon 105.5 with me, Stu Jackson, and
me, Sean Hodgson, as well.
And in the studio today we have Mark and Sylvia, who have a show at Swindon Fringe. So, hello, Mark and Sylvia.
Hello.
Hello, nice to see you. And what do we have coming up in the second half of the show then, Sean?
Well, it's all Fringe really this week. We got a few recorded telephone interviews. I always have to say recorded phone interviews because obviously the quality's not that wonderful really, so just have to give advance notice there. So we've got Peter Mawson talking about his production of Fly, Joy Carter talking about her production Spot the Difference, and Mary Placebo talking about her production Abnormality Does Not Exist. And that was recorded while she was walking around Bristol Market, so there's definitely some ambient noises in the back of that phone interview, I tell you.
Wonderful, wonderful. Okay, well let's start with that's so easy for me to say. I'll try that one again.
Well, repeat yourself. Go on.
We'll edit that out before the live
version. Test you on that. We'll come back to that. You can do that for the whole 60-second challenge if you want.
Yes.
There's a bit of repetition though, isn't there?
And we also have the 60-second challenge coming up, but more about that later. Now, Echoic, Reading-based band who are playing Vicfest on Thursday the 24th. That's tomorrow. So let's have a song from them now. This one is Burn. And it'll start in just a moment.
Fire spread and you are
And that was Echoic with Burn, and you can see them tomorrow night, Thursday the 24th, at Playing Vicfest. Now it's time in the show, first time this week, for a bit of this.
Okay, it's time for the musical medley montage. 5 bands, 5 songs. Name the band, name the song.
Yeah, you know how this works. It's fairly standard now. 5 bands, 5 songs. Can you name them all for a maximum of 10 points?
Five artists, 5 songs. Another last one was slightly, it was just a bass line of an introduction from definitely. Well, they're all hits. I guarantee everyone. When you know the answers, which obviously, well, you might do. We don't know yet, do we? That's our guess.
Absolutely.
For I go rambling on there. So if it's a marks out of 10, 1 point for the artist and 1 point for the song. How many points will you be giving yourself at this stage?
Oh, about 6, I think.
That's a good start.
I couldn't quite hear the last 2, but I think I've got the first 3.
I think I got about 3, I think.
Yeah, right.
3 or 4, yeah.
Okay.
Mark wasn't convinced when you said that.
He
I
wasn't,
could sense it. I could
It's
really
because
sense
of my youth, you see.
Ah,
that's why.
right, okay, yeah. Okay.
Right, okay.
What about you, Stu, then?
I got...
Because Stu doesn't know any of this either, you see.
No,
I
no,
do all this at home, so
I've
yeah.
no idea who it is in advance. I got a definite 2, possible 3.
Yeah, okay, well...
But then I'm pretty rubbish with music, as we know, so...
We can make it up later on when I give you the clues.
Absolutely. So, in the studio then, you've just been hearing Mark and Sylvia, who have the show in the Swindon Fringe dog show. Now, this is not a dog show, is it?
No, it isn't. No, I know you might see the poster and think, oh, I'm going to take my Labrador along to that, but don't. It is actually a theatre show, yes.
Right.
It's a really good mix of puppetry and clowning about and a bit of dance and, yeah.
Okay.
Lots of fun.
So when people think of puppet shows, obviously the first thing that comes into my head, because of my age, is things like the Muppets.
Yes.
And Sesame Street and lots of kids things. Is it a kids show or?
It's not, no. A few people have asked me, can I bring my kids along? And I think it's probably best if they're sort of maybe 14 upwards, because it's nothing offensive happens, but it is definitely an adult cabaret show.
Right.
So
okay.
yeah, a bit of sort of cartoon violence happens, so we don't want anyone crying in the audience, any of that.
So kind of halfway between Sesame Street and Avenue Q.
Yeah, maybe. More like yeah.
Right. Okay. And Mark, you're the director. Is that right?
Yeah, I'm the director and mostly puppet maker. I sort of I make all the puppets that Sylvia uses in the show, and I build the sets and things. But I sort of technically direct the show, and then we have another director who does all the drama bits.
Yeah, there's a lovely lady called Corrie Ollett who's
she's
directing it, and she's Bristol based.
But it's a new show, and it's Sylvia's solo show. It's an incredibly technically complicated show, but it's brilliant. You know, she's sort of performing and puppeteering. At one point, she's puppeteering 4 dogs at the same time. It's quite a tour de force.
Hang on, you've only got 2 hands.
Yeah.
I guess, explain that to me, please.
I might use my feet. I'm not sure.
Okay.
Can't give away all the details yet,
no.
but actually it does work. And I'll leave the rest to your imagination.
Right. Okay. now we're going to go. We're going to talk obviously to Mark and Sylvia throughout the show. But before we go any further, let's hear this week's mystery voice.
It's the mystery voice.
Yes, this week's mystery voice, and once again I've got no idea who it is, so let's all have a listen.
In the news this week, there's disappointment as one member of the Chipping Norton Amateur Dramatic Society realises he's only been given one line in this year's panto.
Oh, now that one really has thrown me. I'm normally pretty good with these. So
It is an actor, I'll give you that. It's a male actor, so that's an extra point for free.
Rings a bell.
early clues.
I've got no idea.
Can you stick it in? Can you drag and drop that in? Can you do
yes,
that? What we do?
let's play that
It's
one.
only about 5 seconds long, I think, really, isn't it? So,
Here we go.
Have another listen to this.
I'm
Yeah.
ready, yeah, let's listen again.
In the news this week, there's disappointment as one member of the Chipping Norton Amateur Dramatic Society realises he's only been given one line in this year's panto.
And yeah, that's.
I don't know, it sounds like a newsreader to me.
It
but I might be
does.
wrong.
It does sound like a newsreader.
Yeah. It sounds like one of those type of shows that he's on, doesn't it?
It does. I've got absolutely no idea.
No, okay. Well. Hopefully we've got clues coming on later in the show. But let's go.
Plus, you just sent me a fiver as well, you know.
Yes.
Because you're desperate to know, I can tell that already. Yeah.
Probably not that desperate.
No, maybe not. No.
Now let's just for now. Let's go to another song. This is All Ears Avow, who again, same with Echoic. They're going to be playing Vicfest on tomorrow night, the 24th. So this is their song, Better Now.
I am the
was Better Now. That was from All Ears of Our. We're playing Vic Fest. Well, it's a whole festival weekend. I think it starts Thursday through till Sunday. Different theme of music every night up at the Vic on Vic Hill here in the Swindon. And they're playing Thursday. Well, it's tomorrow, Thursday the 24th. Isn't
It is tomorrow, unless you're listening to the repeat, in which case you've probably missed it.
Yeah, because the repeat's on at 10 o'clock on a Thursday night, isn't it? Oh, well, forget that bit. Okay. All right, carry on. Great stuff. Yeah, blah, 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 blah.
No. Okay. So, turning back to our guest, we were just talking a little bit off air, Mark, about the direction. Having two directors, do you find you each direct particular segments of the show, or particular, one directs the visual, one directs... How does it work between two directors?
Well, it's been a bit of a discovery process, hasn't it? I mean,
it has, yeah.
We sort of had to do it this way for financial reasons, really. But actually, it sort of works out quite well.
Because there's two directors, and you've both actually got different skills, haven't you? Really?
Yeah. I mean, I'm much more about the mechanical side of things. I mean, so in a way, we sketched out the whole shape of the show, even though it's. The show is essentially 6 mini stories to do with people and dogs.
Right.
So and Sylvia plays various characters with dogs, and some of them are really funny and some of them are actually quite sad. They're sort of really human stories and about humans' attachment to their dogs. So a lot of it had to be built because I'm the puppet maker. I'll have to make various puppets to do various jobs and things. So I need to know in advance what's going to happen. So we sort of sketched out the shape of the show. It's a 60-minute piece. There's these 6 segments, and I have to make the puppets for all of them. So I kind of need to know what the puppet's going to do. So it helps to know that in advance. Then what Corey does, the director, she sort of comes in and brings an outside eye, much more kind of fresh ideas, because I get so locked into the mechanics of it.
Yeah.
I'm not so good at kind of then going, oh well, maybe if the dog does that, and I go, oh yeah, why didn't I see that?
Well, I think she's very good at generating material in a rehearsal room as well. Sort of like we'll have the shape of what we want one sketch to be, and we might have a piece of music in mind, but then I might have to find out what it is physically, and sort of just go for it with the music, and she'll help sort of throw in bits of directions as I move along. So kind of bring in more, finding more sort of comedy moments, finding things to sort of bring in.
So the show's sort of developed through like an almost improv style. I suppose someone's gone away and written a script and saying, right, how are we going to bring this to life? It's developed by group activity, sort of to and fro, developing it.
It's quite a physical theatre show anyway. I mean, there's not a lot of talking in it.
No, I mean the whole show is devised really. I have an idea for a sketch. So one of them, not wanting to give away too much of the show, but one of them is walking the dog, so taking the dog out into the park. And then I'll just play around with different characters, think about different dogs, different scenarios, what happens out in the park, what happens when dogs are naughty, what happens when, they get involved with other dogs, and then whole mayhem breaks out really. So yeah, that's what happens in the rehearsals, is just sort of playing with the puppets, playing with the physicality of different characters.
Yeah, I mean, it's an interesting piece. It's much more like a piece of mime, really. I think Sylvia's sort of kind of like a female version of Mr. Bean. She's sort of, in a really positive sort of way. I think she's sort of got that kind of physical comedy. But yeah, I think Mr. Bean meets the Muppets. That's probably quite a really good description of what it is.
Right. Okay. So overall, then, where does the idea of thinking I'm going to put a show, or we're going to you're going to put a show together about dogs and develop 6 storylines? What historically, where's that? Has it been brewing in your head for 10 years and eventually it's come to life, or what?
I think it kind of comes down to me as an artist, and really, I'm not a complicated person. I've got a few things which I really love in life. One of them is theatre, the other one is food, and I've already made a show about food and how we experience food and our relationship with it. And then the other one is dogs. I've got a sausage dog called Bertie, and I take Bertie for lots of walks around Victoria Park. And I just think it's such a massive topic, our humans' relationships with dogs. They do a huge amount for us, in terms of, if you've got like disabilities, or for the elderly, for the lonely, for homeless people, they do a huge amount for us, and they bring so much humour into our lives, and that's just masses to play with. You know,
Well,
they are members of the family as well.
I mean,
you know, if
we
you've
just
got a
sort of
dog,
find
you
it-
know that.
there wasn't anyone else making shows like this, and I thought, well, this why not? We should have a go, and it's been really popular as a title. I think theatre can be very complicated. There's some very complicated issues. It also can deal with really simple issues and things that we sort of overlook on a day-by-day basis. You know, our relationship with dogs is a massive thing. You know, so how many people have got dogs?
And if you see the idea dog show, you immediately, it conjures very personal connections for you. Everybody everyone immediately thinks of different things, don't they? They see that title.
So does this mean you've got a follow-up show called Cat Show, and then there's Goldfish Show coming next? Is it something like that?
Goldfish Show.
There's a whole stream of...
Well, it could be.
You know, you've tapped into something, you've found the niche, and it's yours. You want to copyright it now, shouldn't you, really? The animal shows, you know.
That's a great idea. Actually, I never thought of that.
But you can't do the shows on the same night because they'll end up fighting.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah, catch up later. Oh, fur will be flying.
No.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's quite surprising when you say that there is nothing else like it out there, because given historically human beings' symbiotic relationship almost with dogs, going back way into prehistory, like you say,
It's amazing. I mean, because I haven't got a dog. When I sort of me and Sylvia hooked up together about 3 years ago, I sort of started sharing life with Sylvia and her dog Bertie.
Exactly. And you've always been the third person.
I kind of like the third person, but because Bertie, he's a Dachshund. He's got incredible kind of persona. You know, they're very strong-willed dogs, and it's a real tussle for me to kind of go, no, hang on, I'm alpha male. You can just sort of get off the sofa. It's my place.
Does Bertie say, yes, when we allowed Mark into our life?
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying.
It's exactly like that, you know. When Bertie allows Mark into the bed.
I know my place.
Moving swiftly.
Yeah.
So what about the future for Dog Show? Any plans after? I mean, obviously, tell us about the Fringe.
Oh, yes.
Actually, before we go into the future of it, tell us about how you got involved with Swindon Fringe, because you're actually from Bath, is that right?
Yes, I am from Bath.
Right.
And I think it was as simple as seeing an advert saying Swindon Festival and Madame Renard's Festival and thinking, okay, Swindon, I don't know much about Swindon, so I'm just going to trek along. It doesn't take very long to get to
It's
Swindon.
an amazing place.
Exactly.
Wonderful.
It's a lovely
We love
place.
it. We love it.
Yeah.
Were you trained that when you came on the 19th for the sort of the pre-event, how friendly everybody was, weren't you?
I was, yes.
It's true. It's true.
Oh.
I know Swindon. I've got lots of friends who are from Swindon. And sort of, we came for the opening event, and we're just amazed how friendly people were. You know, and people were just having a chat. You know, I mean, Bath is a beautiful place, but I think
It's quite a touristy city.
Yeah.
And it's quite, I think in some ways it can be difficult to maybe form your own little community in Bath because it is very open to lots of visitors. And, you know, that's great. You know, it's very diverse. We get loads of different people come to Bath.
it was a really positive experience coming to Swindon that day, wasn't it? I was really kind of warm to it. You know. Yeah.
Okay.
So when are you moving here then?
To be honest, I did sort of have a little look at property when I got home.
Did.
But
It's a lot cheaper than Bath, I can
It
tell
is.
you.
It is, yeah.
Okay,
Maybe
so-
that's me to ask your guests. How would they like to have a puppet theatre in Swindon? How would they feel about that?
Because we want to set up a puppet theatre somewhere in the UK, you know, because our work's doing really well.
There isn't one in Swindon, I can
No,
tell you.
yeah.
We'll have to have a chat.
We'll have a
chat
chat.
off
Yeah,
air.
chat about that.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so this is then presumably your first Swindon Fringe.
Yeah.
It is, yes.
Right,
Yeah.
right, okay. So, but you've done this particular show previously?
It's premiering next week at the Rondo Theatre in Bath, and I've made quite a big bulk of the show at the Rondo Theatre, and it's been very generous. Ian McGlynn, who's the director of the Rondo Theatre, has been really kind in letting me come in and use the space and build the show. Which, if you've been following all the arts cuts which have been going on at the moment, then you'll be well aware that you kind of need whatever help you can get in this business.
Of course, yeah.
So yeah, it's been really valuable to be there.
Wonderful. Well,
That was my big thank you to the Rondo. by the way.
Well, they're regular listeners of ours.
Yeah.
When the wind's blowing in the right direction,
Yeah.
the airwaves spread all the way over to Bath. All the
Well,
way
you can
over.
listen to us online,
Yeah,
of
of course, yeah.
Swindon 105.5.com.
It's a new show. But there's bits of the show that we've done already, and we performed little segments of it at the Bristol Puppetry Festival last year, and it went down really well. So we just kind of made this thing. Well, this needs to be a longer show. So. But I mean, this is the 60-minute version. We're hoping to make an even longer one for the tour next year.
Right. Oh, so plans where? But
Yeah.
so the Rondo Theatre show. So what date is that, and where can people get tickets?
Ooh, the Rondo Theatre. That's next Wednesday. So it's the 30th of March, and it starts at 8 p.m. and you can get tickets via their website. They've got an online ticket source, or you can give them a call.
Okay. So tickets through the Rondo
Tickets through the
Theatre
Rondo.
for Wednesday at 8 p.m.
Yes.
a week today. Okay. Well, let's think it's time again to hear this week's music medley.
Yeah, that was this week's medley. We're going to now. This is a Wide Eye. This is Tell the Hoy, and a link. They are from Bath. It was a Bath band. Tell the Hoy. They played in Swindon. I don't know, not so long ago. But they are playing Swindon, obviously. So that's our Swindon connection. Apart from our guest connection with Swindon, of course, as well.
Of course.
Cut out the wires from the eyes in the sky.
Swindon Live and Local with Sean and Stu. Witty, intelligent and insightful are some of the many words that have been used. About other presenters.
So that was Wide-Eyed from Tell the Hoy, Bath band who recently played in Swindon. Now, following the subject of a theme of the Swindon Fringe, Sean spoke recently to Mary Placebo about her play Abnormality Doesn't Exist. I'll try that again. Abnormality Does Not Exist on the 7th of April as part of the Fringe, which is on at the Phoenix Theatre. So let's have a listen to that now.
On the phone to us now, we got Mary Placebo, who's actually going to be coming to Swindon Fringe in a couple of weeks' time, but currently talking to us on the phone from the marketplace in Bristol. Is that right, Mary?
Yeah, it is actually.
So we might have the odd strange noise in the background.
Yeah, you hear them.
Just a little bit. So, Mary, just tell me a little bit about what it is that you do and what you'll be bringing to the Swindon Fringe.
We are doing the first English version of Abnormality Does Not Exist at the Phoenix Theatre in Swindon.
So that's the name of your play, Abnormality Does Not Exist. And what we actually get to see, what does your performance consist of?
So, it's basically a concept to what is normal and what is not. In our society, is always a bigger question. So some people get accused to be crazy, to be mad, but we don't know how really you can feel and you have perception of your life. So in this show, we will see different characters that are in this psychiatric hospital, and we will see why they become crazy for our society and where is the border, at least.
And where does this idea come from? How have you created this play?
So it's a long time. So I started my research on the psychiatric illness in 2010 when I graduated at the Performing Arts University in Turin. And I started to go to some places where I can find people with psychiatric problems, so speaking with some doctors as well, so documenting myself on the psychiatry and living that through experience about people or wherever I can find, books and so on.
And in this production, who is it, just yourself or you with other people?
Oh, yeah, I will be performing with my brother. So he came from another kind of theatre, street art and performance.
So where can we get to see your new play at the Swindon Fringe Festival?
So it will be on the 7th of April at the Phoenix Theatre in Swindon at 7 p.m.
That's wonderful. Well, I hope it all goes very well for you, and welcome to Swindon, and welcome to this year's Swindon Fringe Festival. Thanks for chatting to us today.
Yeah, perfect. See you then on the 7th of April.
Thank you.
So that was Mary Placebo there talking about her show Abnormality Does Not Exist in this year's Swindon Fringe. Now, as we know, we've got our guests in the studio, Mark and Sylvia from Dog Show, coming to. We haven't mentioned when Dog Show is, of course, yet.
Yes.
So tell everyone where they can see it.
Dog Show is going to be on the 3rd of April, so that's Sunday, 3rd of April, 2 p.m. at the Mecca.
Right, okay, and tickets are available. I think our regular listeners will know because we keep telling them, but...
It's, there's a box office number, which I can...
Yes, please, yeah.
Which is 01793 524481, or the Wyvern Theatre, I believe.
Yeah.
You can get tickets from there, but it's part of a double bill, my show, so you get 2 shows for the price of one, which is a pretty good deal, with Bianca Bertolotte and her clowning show, which is...
This is called... I'm going to do this bit because you get...
I can't read it.
Even I don't really quite know what it's called. It's called Cinco Coisas.
Oh, yes, well, we interviewed her the other day. At the phone.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah. I don't know if
Did I get it right?
She did tell me, but I forgot. It's gone.
To be fair, Vince viewed a lot of people about the Fringe.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
I think it will be good. I think they'll be good together because they're both sort of clown shows.
Yes. Well, I know Matt Fox, the organiser for the Fringe, has been pairing people quite carefully, hasn't he? So, yeah. Wonderful. Now, 60-second challenge. We've explained it a little bit to you off air. Are either of you up for it?
I think you are, aren't you, Sylvia?
I'll try. Go on. Okay.
Wonderful.
Well, just do
Sean, would you like to explain the rules?
For those people who tune into Swindon 105.5 for the very, very first time, and I'm sure there might be 1 or 2 people out there.
Of course.
You just never know, mate. You just never know. The 60-second challenges we're going to throw Sylvia a subject in a moment, which she has no knowledge about whatsoever. Sylvia has to talk for this subject for 1 minute. I've got the stopwatch. Sylvia won't have the stopwatch. She won't know. She'll have to trust me. But it's not 10 minutes. It won't be 10 minutes.
It might
honestly.
feel like it.
It might feel like 10 minutes. It might feel like 10 minutes, yeah. If you go off in a different direction, i.e. if you deviate, we stop the stopwatch, we minus you 2 points. If you pause for even a millisecond, you are allowed to breathe. We'll allow you breathing pauses, but not long ones. If you pause, we stop the stopwatch and minus you 2 seconds. And if you say the same thing again, other than words that are in the subject matter, and of, is, but, etc., all that sort of stuff, then we stop the stopwatch and we give you minus 2 seconds. After we've laughed at you, politely of course, we start the stopwatch again and we crack on with it and you continue. But the repetition clause still fits in, so you can't repeat yourself anything you've said even 20 seconds ago.
Right.
Just keep going. Once you get to the minute, which you won't know about because I've got the stopwatch, once you get to the minute, keep talking. Once you get to the minute and 5 seconds, and every full 5 seconds beyond that, we give you back 5 seconds. So it is possible to get into plus figures.
Right.
And Stu's just going to give some scores on the doors as to what's the highs and lows have been throughout the last couple of months doing this, shall we say.
Indeed. For this year, it's been quite a range of scores. We have everything from a lowest score of minus 10, that was back in January from Leon from Tess Wilson Band, up to the highest score, which is plus 9, and that was Joe from Go Moriarty. So the bands are the people to be, well, they've been both ends of the spectrum.
They have been both ends, haven't they? Yeah, they have been both ends of the spectrum. I suppose it's funny, you've got a subject. I've got one for you. I've got a sort of one.
Yeah, I'm glad you've got one because I haven't. But before we go into that, just to get Sylvia
in the mood, relax, let's ease with yourself.
We know
centre yourself, as they say. Ground yourself.
Yeah. Right. So just to get you in nice and calm and in the right frame of mind, we have a nice, gentle piece of music.
Now you're in the spotlight. Are you beginning to sweat? Are you beginning to panic? All your friends will be listening. Can you take the pressure off? The 60-second challenge.
So there you are. Hopefully that gets you in the right frame of mind.
Are you relaxed?
No.
Good. We like that nervous energy. We like a bit of nervous energy. So, Sylvia,
Right.
for the honour of the dog show,
Yeah.
because that's what it's all going to be about, you see, people will think, oh, she did so well, I'm going to come and see the show.
Yes.
That's what it's all about. Your subject to talk on for a whole minute is animals in the entertainment industry starting now.
My favourite entertaining animal in the cinema world is actually Mr. Ed. And if you're familiar with Mr. Ed, he is a horse.
Mr. Ed.
Repetition.
Oh, you now realise how tough we are, don't you?
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, it's like that you're thinking, aren't you?
I missed that one.
You're just thinking, I see how he works now,
Okay.
right? So,
Alright.
right, both feet are grounded now, aren't they?
They are.
So, continuing with your subject, starting now.
The way that they made the horse move its teeth, and so that it appeared to be talking, was they actually put peanut butter on the inside of his mouth, and not many people know
Hang
that.
on, we've had mouth and mouth, haven't we?
Oh, you're very harsh, aren't you? Okay, alright then.
Continuing with your subject, starting now.
If you're a fan of Britain's Got Talent, you're probably aware of another famous dog called Pudsey and his owner, who I can't remember the name of, but they performed together on that television show, and he would do lots of dancing about, and one of the routines was actually Mission Impossible, which was a really energetic routine, and you probably saw...
Routine? No, I'll let you off. You said routines and routine. There you go. I'm wrong. I admit it. I put my hands up to it, as you can see.
You're wrong.
I'm wrong. Yeah, or we don't give you minus points. You're right. So, 45 seconds. You're doing well.
Oh, am I doing well?
You're doing well. You're doing well. You've got to keep going beyond the minutes and get your plus figures. So, okay. So, continuing your subject, starting now.
The thing about performing animals is that it's actually, I think, quite easy to become a famous pet nowadays, because you can obviously go on YouTube and become a well-known species through that medium. So I saw a salsa dancing Labrador the other day, and I think he's very well known in Spain, and he does lots of flamenco dancing and other Latin style dancing. On television.
Dancing.
Oh, okay.
But you were just beyond the 115, so you got 3 lots of 5+ points. You get 15 points back.
Is that good?
That's
Okay,
good. Yeah.
Good.
So actually, this is looking good actually.
Is
So
it?
go on, you'll be keeping the score there, Stu.
Okay, the score's on the doors. You lost 6 points.
Right.
However, you gained 15. You're on +9. That makes you joint top scorer.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, yes. So look at the camera and wave. You see, yay! That's it.
Because we are back on video again this week, so you'll be able to find us on YouTube as well. Yay! Now, I think to give Sylvia a bit of a breath and just to chill out a little bit, let's hear this week's mystery voice again. So if I can just get this lined up ready. Here we go. Yeah, it's this week's mystery voice.
In the news this week, there's disappointment as one member of the Chipping Norton Amateur Dramatic Society realises he's only been given one line in this year's panto.
So there we are, this week's mystery voice. Clues, of course, coming up in the second half of the show, or I'm certainly hoping they will be. Now, let's see what I'm going to do here. I need to think about what I'm actually doing on the show here. Let's go to a song now. This one is from Super Square Cloud, whose Facebook page is looking a little bit empty at the moment, but this is their song Sanguine.
I'm in the
Sanguine there, that was Super Square Cloud, who I don't seem to be doing much lately. If you're out and about there listening, let us know. We'd love to hear a bit more from what you're doing.